Hello, everybody. It is, what is today? March 4th, I believe? Yes, March 4th, 2022. And I have just had a huge revelation. um, so I put in the date from when I started. So I started this project. I know the exact date because I actually know the flight number that I was on. So it's actually in if you look in the my backstory, right down here, it shows July 20 flight number. So I got on an airplane and started this project, going up to learn how to become a climate reality leader. So pulled out my iPad and started the first line and the first drawing that weekend, actually, on that flight. So flight 1970 on July 29th, 2030. So that was the day I started, kind of a random day. It was how did I write? A balmy, summer morning. So it was a U.S. Airlines flight, and yada yada. You can kind of read how this all started. But what's crazy is I came up with the chapters not too long after that, maybe a few years after, so maybe in 2014. And I've always been drawn to this, pulled to this. I've never knew why. I just always trusted the lines and trusted what it was creating. So I always say it just flows through me. And I never really knew why. I never knew how, even with the chapters. So it makes a complete square. It will when it's done in 2030. And it'll have 5 chapters, and those 5 chapters that were written, they all have a significance of what's going on. So I named these chapters, obviously, yeah, like I said, 5 years ago, a few years after I started this. I've been working on it for over 8 years. And so chapter 1, this is chapter 1. Each one's a square. Each one's made of 80 pieces. So this square right here is chapter 1, the revelation. So it's the awakening. Well, the awakening comes next, but the revelation of, this was more about the climate, and it was when we started talking more about it. There was the big People's Climate March. This was really where it got center stage, and then flowed into chapter 2, which was the awakening. And talked a lot about this new wave of technology. That was this awakening of technology and the convergence of exponential technological growth. And that's brought on, in the middle of that was this yellow area, which brought on all these new ideas and us working together. And then at the end of the awakening, which was chapter 2 still, was the pandemic, and that brought us into where we are now is chapter 3, the revolution. And obviously we see a lot of revolutions going on right now, not just in crypto, but now in the war. And if you saw my other videos before this, it's a little scary where this has taken us into the war. I just described about what this little explosion down here meant. I thought it was more about climate, but it looks like it could be either the nuclear threat or the threat to cryptocurrency because of the war itself, and sanctions, all that. You can check out that video. But what I wanted to talk to you about today, just really quick, is show you what I've discovered, like why all these chapters mean so much. Chapter 5 is actually, here's the final exam, and that will be going on top. So it'll be right here on top. And then actually the floor is going to be the reverse of chapter 5. So it's basically 6 chapters, but the floor is, I'll be working on one piece on the top, one piece on the bottom, and that'll show where we could have gone if we did the right thing or if we did something different. Maybe the final exam will do something. We'll do what we're supposed to do, but unfortunately it's looking the opposite. So we'll see how that turns out. But what's insane is this right here. 6,000 day countdown to 2030. I've never said that. It's always been a 17-year long project, even though I knew it was like 16.5 or whatever. So I just kind of rounded it up, easy for people to understand. And it was just this weird number. But to the day, if I used a calculator, because I want to know exactly, I wanted to time all this out and see exactly how many months was my main thing I wanted to look at to say the right thing. And so I put in, this includes the leap years, everything. You put in this date, it tells you exactly what to it breaks it down into days, months, or whatever. So July 29th, I don't know if you can see that, if it's over here in the corner. Let me do this. Right here. The two dates, July 29th, 2030 to January 1st, 2030. July 29th, 2013 to January 1st, 2030. That is the span of this project, and it's timed out with all the pieces that are being created to each month, to the exact day. And lo and behold, look at this. Exactly 6,000 days. It's 6,000 days from start to finish. And it does, and it's showing it doesn't include the last day, which is actually how it works, because the final day is the New Year's Eve. So it is to the precise day, 6,000, not 6,002, 390, 6,000. And that really freaked me out, because if anyone knows about the Bible and the Old Testament, it is all about the 6,000 years, the 6 millennial days of humanity, basically leasing the earth. So these 6,000 days is representative at the end. The 6,000 day is when is Judgment Day, and then that seventh, the Sabbath, is when Jesus or God rules again for those that 1,000 years. So the 6,000 represents the first part where we are right now. This happened roughly 6,000 years ago. So we are literally in that time period. The final exam, which is the final chapter, ends on that 6,000 day, which represents the 6 millennial days of the creation and of mankind leasing the earth. And this is at the end we're judged, and that's where all types of bad things happen on that after that 6,000th day to create the world that is supposed to happen and has not, as the humans have been on this planet. So insane. It's really freaky. I mean, 6,000 exactly to the point, and basically paralleling the story of the revelation, the awakening, the rebuild, and then the final exam. And I did not know why I was writing those chapters. It has worked out with the revelation, with the awakening, and now with the revolution, and that we're in chapter 3, the revolution, and then chapter 4 is the rebuild. So there's, like, I've been kind of warning. If you look at the other videos, I've been warning about some crazy things that are happening, and sure enough, we got the war, which is looking like it's going to wreak a lot more havoc than what's going on right now, and with possibility of nuclear war or destroying the economy because of the possibilities. So it's not always what will happen, it's what we think will happen will really affect the economy, just like with climate change. But all this stuff coinciding together in the 6,000 days and represented by 6,000 days of this project is just, I don't know, it's too crazy to be a coincidence. So I mean, wow, it'll make you really look at your religion and bring you back to an interesting reality that I had years ago when I got baptized. So just an amazing feeling that this project keeps surprising me as the more I just trust myself, trusting in God and trusting myself to just do it and stop questioning myself why I'm doing it, or, should I be doing it this way, or, why am I doing this and not that, is just now it allows me to really just say, you know what, I trust the process. I give it to your hands and allow you to flow whatever you need to through my hands. And that's what I've been doing. And every time I allow that to happen, it always feels right. So I'm always a work in progress. We all are. But just wanted to share that. It is a huge, huge revelation to me. 6,000 days to the exact freaking day. Just crazy. So everyone, have a blessed day, and just enjoy the crazy coincidences that happen in your life. Love you all.